News Channel 3 presents Knowledge Bowl, where Mid-South High School students compete for scholarships and other prizes. Funding for Knowledge Bowl is provided in part by First Tennessee Bank, McDonald's, and Baptist Memorial College of Health Sciences. And now, here's your host, Kyle Rote Jr.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another News Channel 3 Knowledge Bowl competition. We have two teams that are both...
Hannibal Hayes and Kid Curry, the two most successful outlaws in the history of the West. And in all the trains and banks they robbed, they never shot anyone. This made our two latter-day Robin Hoods very popular, with everyone but the railroads and the banks.
There's one thing we gotta get, Hayes. What's that? Out of this business.
The governor can't come flat out and give you amnesty now. First, you gotta prove you deserve it.
So all we've got to do is stay out of trouble until the governor figures we deserve amnesty.
But in the meantime, we'll still be wanted.
Well, that's true. Till then, only you, me, and the governor will know about it. It'll be our secret.
That's a good deal.
Policeman.
Can Chad Smith, the policeman, separate himself from Chad Smith, the father?
I can draw the line.
You sure want to clobber guys when they call your father the Fuzz.
Mom, I never stopped to think before how strong...
I have a dream.
The 60s a crazy time. I was born on March 25th, 1960.
I'm black and beautiful.
The 60s had to be age of innocence lost.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Get out, Grace. 5 seconds.
President Richard M. Nixon.
So help me God.
I remember my mom coming to this country in 1961, and her family gave her just enough emergency money in case war was going to break out with Russia.
I have directed the continued and increased close surveillance of Cuba and its military buildup.
The Bay of Pigs forever changed U.S.-Cuba relations.
They started to build the Berlin Wall in 1961.
The leap for freedom, all in a split second.
Good morning, I'm Mike Wallace. This is a program of fact, of news, information, and observation.
The twist. Everybody knows how to do the twist.
Honestly, aren't the Beatles on their way out?
I don't think so. I think they're still strong.
Think about James Brown singing I Feel Good. You could live on that song all day. I was in Miss Smith's music class at Memorial Junior High School on Ridge Road in Lansing, Illinois, and she told us that the president had been shot.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
With the FDA approving the birth control pill, I mean, that was very liberating for women.
There has to be a limit to how many children a woman can have.
The United States has taken the precaution of moving substantial military reinforcements to Southeast Asia.
All right, give me some cover!
You look at him and say that couldn't happen to me.
To Mama back there in Greenfield, Tennessee. Hello, Mama.
You had the civil rights movement.
Let us close the springs of racial poison.
We had recording at home of the I Have a Dream speech. And every once in a while, my father would put it on.
Where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Martin Luther King was shot and was killed tonight in Memphis.
I remember the day that Martin Luther King was shot. I was at home. It was the second time I saw my mother cry.
Pray that what he was to us, what he wished for others, will someday come to pass for all the world.
We are the second American Revolution. We are winning. Yippee!
There's a famous quote from the 60s. If you can remember anything about the 60s, then you weren't really there.
Woodstock, peace and love. We had a man on the moon. People just glued to their television sets, watching it all happen. Imagine watching it from space.
Dear men from the planet Earth, first set foot upon the moon.